How you doing? Welcome to Dean Kirks Buzzbox. Got another song that's been buzzing on my fantasy playlist. As a matter of fact, I got my fantasy playlist or one of them in front of me. I forgot to pull it out before. Here we go. Here we go. I'll show that to you in just a minute. Regarding this next record, this is an amazing record. It is totally different. It's a traditional love song of sorts. One of those. It's a prom classic. That's what it is. It's a prom classic. This is reminiscent of the 30s and 40s. You could play this song. You could actually play something like this, say in a romantic background between Humphrey Bogart and what's her name, Lorraine Bacall, and Casablanca. And that's in the 40s. Although this song also reminds me a lot of the 50s and early 60s. Yes, yes, indeed. Let's talk about it real quick. I discovered this on Spotify back in March. Sinatra, the name of the song, Forrest Nolan. He is from San Francisco. Came from a very musical family. His dad was into music. He passed away, though, when he was in high school. That was very tragic. But before that, his dad played an influential role in his musical development. He got him into he got Forrest into Elliott Smith, the folk singer, and also Radiohead. And Radiohead particularly, they were sort of a departure from the regular top 40 format. In a way, kind of like this song, Sinatra, which is a departure from the norm, which makes it such a brilliant. It's a blast of fresh air, blast of fresh air. Just slow, it's acoustic. Well, I don't know if it's acoustic. It's intimate, it's warm, it's just, like I said, it's a prom classic. Slow dancing at a prom with this song playing on the loudspeakers, man. Yeah, boy, cuddle up to your honey on the floor, dance slow dancing. This record is just perfect for that and for more as well. All right, here's the deal. Forrest Nolan talked about his dad. His mom wrote songs for his family, sang lullabies to the children. They had about 4 guitars, one piano in the house. But now, he didn't start immediately on the guitar. Here's the deal. Forrest Nolan started singing in boys' choir. He was doing boys' choir when he was 4 years old, singing in boys' choir. And by the time he was 13, well, he might have been a little bit younger than that, he got into Guitar Hero 3, which is one of those gaming things, and he finished that within about a week or so and decided, I think I'm going to do the real thing. I'm just going to play the guitar, teach myself how to play guitar. All of his music, by the way, is self-produced. He sang opera. Yes, he did. He did opera when he was in performance arts or something in high school. And when he was in high school, he was in a band. He was doing all kinds of music, singing opera. He was in a band that put out an EP, and later on they put out an album, did a lot of live shows. They did the thing, making posters and taping them to telephone poles to the walls. Hey, our band is playing at so-and-so. let's get it on. Let's get down, So they did that thing. Now, here's the thing. He Googled Radiohead, fake plastic trees, to learn how to play that. I guess it's one of the first songs he learned how to play, fake plastic trees by Radiohead. And what he liked about Radiohead was that they departed from the regular top 40 format and yet still obtained stellar critical and commercial success at the same time. And that's saying a lot right there about Radiohead. Fake Plastic Trees. Remember watching that video on MTV back in the mid-90s. How about that? Going back quite a ways, but we're going to go even further back in just a minute. Now, this record. Now, he's released several records. One of them I wrote, Summer 5. Now, I haven't heard anything else by him yet. Just Sinatra. It just goes, ooh. And then he starts singing real slow. Like I said, it's sort of an old-fashioned love record. Bring back some of those old-fashioned etiquettes that seems to be out of place in this day and time. And yet the song it just stands out. It's like, man, this is just a fantastic record. I love this record. But it reminds me a lot. This record, of course, Sinatra comes to mind. Bing Crosby comes to mind. Doors Day, going back to the late 50s and early 60s, kind of the vibe of the song, the sentimentality in this song. The vibe, similar to something like You Send Me by Sam Cooke. And that was back in 1958. And there were others in the early 60s, although they had more instrumentation in the background than Sinatra. But then the song Sinatra, Sinatra, the song Sinatra by Forrest Nolan, it reminds me a lot of Cindy's Birthday, a little bit of Cindy's Birthday by Johnny Crawford back in 1962, and also Close to Kathy by Mike Clifford back in 1961. It's just got a similar vibe to that. That old-fashioned sentimentality that you don't hear much anymore. Now, I guess you don't hear that much anymore, but boy, it's just. I read a couple of interviews that he did, and I was able to get quite a bit of information, but I wasn't able to get much of a background on the song Sinatra itself. He was talking about some of the other songs that he did, but he did have a rich inner life. When he was learning how to play the guitar, he would stand in front of a mirror and imagine himself playing covers on YouTube. And then he would whisper interviews to himself and whisper the answers back. That's brilliant inner life right there. There's your inner life right there. And I think Sinatra references, he mentioned something that when he was in the 7th and 8th grade, he imagined asking his crush on a date to the prom, to a dance that his high school or that his middle school did not ever have. So, a lot of people have a rich inner life, and he obviously had a rich inner life that's coming out into the outer life. And, well, like I said, he produced all of his music. The format of this song, God, it's just... It's one beautiful record. I highly recommend it. I really do. I mean, it's just it is a nice romantic record. And I'm not into slow records. I'm not into slow records. But this record it's got a charm, it's got a charisma of its own. And he's very warm, he's sincere. This is not a put on. This is not a put on at all. The formats for this song. Radio formats, and I really do suggest, I wish FM radio, satellite radio would get on this. All right, here are the formats this song would fit into. Adult contemporary. It's obvious, adult contemporary. Adult alternative. Because it is as old-fashioned, as much as it goes back. The vibe of this song goes back to the 30s, 40s, 50s, spilling into the early 60s. As far back as it goes, it's so original now. It's so seldom heard now that it just sounds original. And you could shoehorn it into an adult alternative format. Pop. It is pop. It's a traditional pop record, but it might fly on pop radio. It might, if pushed enough, if put in a hot rotation, put it in the top 10, the top 20, spin it every 2 or 3 hours. You don't even have to day part this record. You play it in the morning, you play it in the afternoon, you play it at night. Anyway, I got this song, I had put this at number 1 on my fancy playlist. Sure did. The week of, dadgum, it was just last week, I guess, no, it's back in June. It's about a month ago. Forrest Nolan, Sinatra, got it at number 1 right up here. I don't know if you can see it or not, right there. And right there at number 1 on my fantasy playlist because it is a number 1 record. Highly recommended. Forrest Nolan, man, amazing record. Thumbs up all the way. Take it to the bank and take it beyond that. Forrest Nolan with Sinatra. Dean Kirks Buzzbox. It is buzzing. Take care.